The Soviet Union's recent advances in Manchuria threaten to break the Chinese front line and have caused the country to fall into disarray. In the backrooms of Beijing, factions have begun to turn against one another, as Maoist groups compete with pro-Soviet sympathizers. As part of their last offensive, Soviet forces have managed to trap 100,000 Chinese troops at the end of the Liaodong Peninsula. Just when it looked like the Soviets were planning a pause in the operation, the Red Army began a major offensive to break through the Chinese lines and capture Dalian and Lusun. The surprise has added to an already chaotic and desperate situation. As a result, orders from Dalian have been conflicting and vague, especially due to the fact that the last general was locked in a room with a pistol and one bullet. The overall naval commander in the area has been tasked with evacuating civilians from Dalian and Lusun, as well as escorting new supplies and reinforcements over from Yatani. Anything larger than a fishing boat has been the target of Soviet bombs and missiles. Most civilians have chosen to flee on anything that floats, from small sampans to overcrowded trawlers. Without any air support, the Soviet Navy is closing in. The last Chinese naval operation of the war is about to commence. Hello everybody, Wolfpack here, and welcome back to Sea Power, Naval Combat in the Missile Age. Today, we will be playing through a mission created by Finnish Jaeger in his Sino-Soviet War series. This is pretty much the last gasp of the PLAN, as civilians are trying to evacuate and we are trying to resupply the troops where the Soviets are breaking through at the moment. There is a big offensive happening to the north of the Dalian Peninsula. We can see T-55s are just racing across, breaking the PLA front line. We, however, are in control of this. We need to get this resupply group all the way up to Dalian. We also have multiple civilian groups heading down to Yatani. We have an evacuation group here out of Lushun, and then also to the north, another evacuation group out of Dalian. So they are going to start moving, and immediately we will order them down south to Yatani. At our disposal, we have various platforms, some of which are not great, like these little PGM-39s, little patrol craft with 40mm cannon, and also two 20mm Orlikins. We also have these Kaivan class little boats. These have two Grad MLRSs strapped to the side of them, along with one 40mm Bofors in the bow. These are going to be interesting to use. Now it looks like we're already picking up some contacts out here. We are going to start moving at flank speed. Now in this scenario, the United States is aiding the PRC in their fight against the Soviet Union. They have gifted us two Gearing class destroyers that are at our disposal. Now these are Fram 1s, so better than nothing, that's for sure, but still not great. These are probably the best assets at our disposal. The only other thing that I think is going to be pretty good is the Romeos out here. Diesel electric boats with wake calming torpedoes. That being said, hull number 843 here has something interesting. Contact depth is at 100 feet. That is hostile, and that is absolutely a sub. What's their course? Their course is 317 degrees. 317. So they are heading right our direction. 317 mark. We should be in range to fire. I am going to try to get a little bit closer to that contact. Now, what else do we have? We do have SA-2 sights. We have no aircraft at our disposal, but I do want these SA-2s to flip on their air search radars. And we've already picked up a couple of aircraft. This one's at Angels 37, heading 400 knots. And this one's is at Angels pretty much 37, same speed. Interesting. Now, these very well could be airliners. I don't want to rule that out. This one's, I mean, heading this way. Yeah, they might be airliners, and this other one's heading away as well. Civilians are fleeing China at the moment, so they could all be aboard one of these airliners. Let's try to communicate with them. Identify yourself. Not responding. Okay. Let's see. Will this other one respond? Are you an airliner, perhaps? Negative. Not responding. Okay. Well, down here, we have a resupply group of merchant ships heading to Dagnall. I am going to have them change course. Hopefully buy us some time. I want this Patia 2 to provide escort all ahead flank. This Patia 2 is going to move and investigate these contacts. Now, these are the other pretty competent platforms. Good ASW platforms. Not so good at really anything else. We do have RBU 6000s and 76mm guns. We are going to order both these Patia 2s to investigate these contacts here. Air contact. Okay. This maintaining contact on these potential airliners. If they turn in or do something aggressive, I will blow them out of the sky. We have not reestablished contact on our submerged friend. And this Romeo is just hanging out up here for the time being. I would like this Romeo to identify a lot of these contacts if she can. This Patia 2, air search and surface search on. Okay. Now, with this Patia 2, which is out here in the middle of nowhere, with her radars on, maybe, just maybe, she will attract a lot of anti-ship missiles and essentially be bait. We'll see. And there we go. We've identified them. These are all hostile. Not surprising. Good to know. And it looks like these are all hostile as well. All right. Whole bunch of hostile contacts. Love it. So these airliners are doing something weird. I think these might not be so friendly. This one just did a big U. Now, if it turns back around, it's probably just doing reconnaissance. This one is still on its current heading, just out of here. So this one might be an airliner. This one may have realized what's going on here. I was like, okay, we'll leave. Still not sure. No way to really ID them yet. They're not responding. Down to the south, though, we have some visual contacts. Identify yourself. Refuses to comply. Both of these. Really? I do not appreciate that very much. So no one wants to talk to me today.
7035 is classified. Neutral, merchant.
Okay, more neutral. Okay, one of them must have complied or we just classified it. Little fishing boat. Awesome. Okay. Good. So, not really a threat. It's going 9 knots. His buddy here's going 9 knots as well. I'm guessing they are both neutral. At least we don't have to worry about that now. Patia 2's closing in. I want the 76mm guns. Target that one whenever you can. This Osa is incredibly concerning. Okay. 088. Aha! Styx anti-ship missiles have been fired. Patia 2, come on. Air search, surface search on. They went right for the resupply group. The AI is actually doing something kind of smart here. Oh boy. Yeah, we're not gonna do much. They're just racing right on by. Radar's on. That's the unfortunate thing. These 76mm guns, I mean, they fire fast, but they are not what I would call accurate. Especially in the air defense role. These missiles, they're gonna get through. They're just barreling ahead towards our merchant ships. Oh, that's gonna be our first blow. Looks like the army is gonna have to sort their own situation out. This merchant ship, formation, leave formation. I think you can go a little faster. Yep, you can. Okay. They've picked up these missiles again. This roll-on, roll-off ship, we go to unit reference. She only has a max speed of 16 knots. That other one's just going to try to run. Every man for himself. Get out of here. This Patia 2, not in range to engage. 4 Styx is all heading for freighters, which have no defense. I'm surprised they chose to go for the freighters and not the Patia, which was using radar. Very unlucky for us here. Well, that's one secondary objective not going to be completed here. Here we go. Oh, what? Oh my gosh, the AI. They fired their Styx anti-ship missiles outside of range. Well, that was incredibly lucky for us. And so silly that the AI does that. They will fire their missiles just at the extent of their range envelope sometimes. And that will happen. So if I sailed, you know, what, 800 meters away, I'm out of their minimum range and no longer threatened by them. That was 4 missiles from an OSA. So she fired her entire payload at us. Cool. All right, this resupply group is going to turn north, and we are going to close in on them. That was incredibly lucky. It should not have gone that way. Should not have gone that way, but it did. These contacts, this one's turning north. They're all heading out of here and good. Not a problem. Our Romeo-class submarine here, hull 846, has identified one of these as a Cashin. That is quite a competent vessel, and certainly a problem. What's her speed? 27 knots, heading 278 degrees. Now we are going to mark this down. 278. And our Romeo is going to drop down nice and deep. Go deep and increase your speed. All ahead flank. Do not cavitate though. Do not cavitate. We're going to move in and try to take that Cashin out. Our Romeo to the south, hull 843, has picked up this sub. And still heading this way, 100 feet. What's our current depth? 100 feet as well. Salvo, 4 torpedoes. Fire. We're going to fire a big ol' spread at that sub. Hopefully they never see what hit them. We reestablish contact. I'm not going to wait around to ID them. Now there are various factions within the PRC, and these guys may not be hostile. Oh, I think they did just classify it. There we go. That being said, if they were, you know, defecting or part of a different faction, they're no friend of mine, so we're going to blow them out of the water anyway. Let's change course and get the heck out of here. We'll keep going slow for the time being until that submarine fires its own torpedoes at us. Air contacts coming in. Hostile. There is no doubt about it. SA-2s, make sure they are weapons free. They are indeed weapons free. That's a lot of aircraft. Big old formation of planes coming down to the south. Not great. Not great whatsoever. Okay, noisemakers are already in the water. They have fired torpedoes of their own. This Romeo. All ahead flank. Noisemaker, drop it. It looks like they may have fired at around the same time as us. We both fired set 65 torpedoes, and they've both traveled pretty much the same distance. I don't care if we cavitate, it's time to go. Let's take a look at these air contacts. We lost contact. I have another radar contact here. SA-2 was just shot at it. Just a single contact. Hit it. There's a lot of aircraft coming our way. Oh, just slammed into a residential building. That's unfortunate, but more hostile warships over here. Is this coastal group? They're moving as fast as they can. Hostile. It looks like all these contacts are moving towards the front line. A whole bunch of MiGs. So that's the Army's problem, it looks like. Not my problem. SA-2s are being fired to try to intercept all these MiG-17s. Yeah, a whole bunch of them just on the deck. Come on. Oh, I missed. Yeah, when they're on the deck like that, it's going to be hard to actually take any of those MiGs out. Let's see. Looks like they're probably still heading for stuff on the front lines. Hard to tell. Let's look at the submarine situation. Our one torpedo just detonated. No idea what that was all about. So only 3 are still heading this way. I have another radar echo over here, semi-small. Can you identify yourself? They agreed. A trawler. Good. Still engaging those MiGs, but they're just coming this way. With full burner, booking it. SA-2 missed. Once again. Vespatia 2's closing in on these contacts. Still ordered to engage with guns. Vespatia 2, all ahead flank, escort those merchant ships. And this Romeo's down here, good. Okay, torpedoes passing aft of our Romeo. Oof. That's not looking too good though. Drop another noisemaker. Okay. Last 2 torpedoes, salvo of 2. Go active, go active. Active sonar, find that sub. I want a proper location on that target before we fire. 2 torpedoes. I'm guessing that's her fire. Looks like the stern tubes. Yep, there we go. 1 away. And probably 2. There we go. 2 away. Who was hit? Okay, MiGs are indeed attacking the front lines. Alright. Keep running. Run, 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 run. Go very deep as you can. And maybe that'll give them the slip. Who knows? All these Set 65 torpedoes are going for that one noisemaker. Torpedoes are just dog water. Okay. Yeah, everything's getting taken out here on the front. These MiGs are just dropping bombs on all of this stuff. It's going up and down the line. Well, a good thing they're not bombing our ships. I suppose there is that. This little PGM-39. Let's have it head this way. All ahead flank. Gearings. It's time to get into the fight. Let's look at the sub situation. Any luck, this little Romeo is going to be able to escape, although I am not too confident about that. There is a Set 65 torpedo right on the tail of our Romeo. It looks like she is going to get hit. Oh, come on, turn, turn, turn. It's not going to do much. Oh, we've been hit. Okay. Surface the boat. More bandits somewhere. Okay, it's just those MiGs out there. Hopefully our torpedoes. Aha, Foxtrot. Foxtrot. Okay, well, hopefully our Patia 2 is engaging now with guns. Good. Are we getting any hits? Does not really look like it. Big 17's off in this direction with bombs. What are they heading for? They may head and try to bomb this PGM-39. We have another Soviet group over here. So we have 4 groups, not counting the sub. The Romeo trying to hit the surface, damage control. Ugh. Fires all throughout the boat. Fires continuing to break out, flooding, and they are abandoning ship. I don't think anyone can get out. All right, our Romeo is going down. Hopefully we get our revenge and at least trade with this Foxtrot. This Patia 2. How's this going? I don't think you've gotten a single hit. Not a single hit. And all these other aircraft are heading back home. This has already turned decisively against us. We need to bloody the Soviets somehow. I think this Romeo up here has a really good chance of blowing up both of these caissons. Our resupply ships are still doing good. Okay, we finally hit them. We finally hit them with one of the 76mm guns. They're still advancing though. There we go, another hit. Does not look like they are doing a whole lot of damage, unfortunately for us. This coastal defense group continue heading this way. Looks like these torpedo boats are moving for this PGM. It does look like one of our torpedoes has honed in on the enemy Foxtrot. So a submarine for a submarine, I will take that any day of the week. Especially in a scenario like this. Any small victory we can get, I am going to celebrate. Torpedo closing in. It doesn't look like it's properly tracking. It turned away. Okay. And she has stopped cavitating. Well, we have lots of torpedoes in the area. It is possible it reacquires. Patia 2, how's it going? You are out of ammunition. Out of 76mm ammunition, and I see no fires. So this thing's been hit a couple of times, but she is still doing fine. We can engage surface contacts with RBUs. That is something we can absolutely do. And maybe we shall. Maybe we will do it.
Turn to course.
Yeah, let's do it. Fire. Fire with the RBUs. The unexpected anti-surface ship weapon. This torpedo. Yeah, it looks like it might be heading for something. Depending on what the Foxtrot's up to. What is this torpedo doing? Well, unfortunately for us, it looks like all 3 or 6 Set 65 torpedoes have just whiffed. A new noisemaker was just dropped way up here. So the sub's pretty far away from these Set 65s, and it looks like they're just going in circles. They are lost. So, Romeo, this Romeo Hull 843 was not able to do much at all in that engagement, unfortunately. This Romeo may be able to get something done, however. It's closing in on that caisson. That is a priority target. This Patia 2 closing in. I'm trying to bloody some of these ships real fast. ASW mortar, engage. A very unconventional way to engage the enemy, but we really don't have anything else that can handle it at this point. 2 new radar contacts closing in. Those got to be hostile. 2 more there. Those are probably the MiGs heading back up to the north. I'm guessing. Oh, weapon away. I bet that's the RBUs. Sure is. Oh my goodness, look at that. Okay. Turn around. We want to stay out of range of those close-in weapon systems because those can be absolutely dangerous. Now, if we get a hit with an RBU, that would be pretty darn cool and exciting. There we go. They're splashing all around. There's 2. Where are the rest? Here are the rest. Come on. Ooh, we damaged her. We damaged her. We did get a hit. Oh, very cool. Very cool. I am quite happy with that. I do not believe our Set 40 torpedoes have a secondary engagement mode. Yeah, anti-submarine only, unfortunately, or else I'd be firing these off. Hostile warships somewhere. What have we identified? The second contact. Got it. Well, the good news, folks, is one of those little torpedo boats is burning up and she is sinking. Let's turn in and try to engage something else with RBUs. Engage the OSA. Hopefully we can engage at range here. Right, there we go. Fire at the OSA. It is fascinating that they are just continuing on with their mission. It looks like they are probably hell-bent on trying to get to those merchant ships. If we manage to hit that Osa, that would be great, although she isn't a huge threat at this point, now that she's fired off all of her missiles. The other Pythia does have the ability to utilize her 76mm guns, so that will prove to be helpful. Okay, RBUs are splashing all around the target. Come on. Ooh, close, but no. We are firing RBUs again at that little Osa, and this is not good though. Multiple Shaddocks are heading towards our position. Those are probably going to cause some serious damage. It looks like they're heading straight for that Pythia too. They could also be going for the resupply group. That means there is something down here. Oh my gosh, we hit them? Oh, we hit them with RBUs. Awesome. Do I have anything else? More RBUs? Fire at the Osa, make sure it sinks. We have nothing to really defend this ship with against anti-ship missiles, so we are just going to have to eat these two Shaddocks heading our way. All right, engaging once more. She is burning up. Luckily, we stayed out of range, so they weren't able to tear into us at all with their Sea Whiz. Let's see if we manage to get another hit with RBUs and just blow this thing out of the water. We just circled her. You know, close, but no. All right, let's turn around and get ready to deploy chaff against these guys. They are currently diving down. And let's take a look quickly at this scenario. Boy, this doesn't look good, does it? Surface contact out here. Okay, can you fire? Just try to fire at those contacts. Try to slow them down. Try to slow them down. Now, with any luck, these missiles... Okay, they're definitely going for the Pythia. So at least this contact will absorb these missiles. And the Osa is confirmed sinking. Hey, I'll take it. She's going to absorb these missiles. Let's get ready to start deploying chaff. I am kind of worried whatever the heck is down here. It's not going to be good for a lot of our vessels in the area. Hopefully they didn't fire these at the extent of their range. That would be goofy. But regardless, this Pythia is pretty much done with all of her actions. This one needs to continue to escort these ships, all ahead standard. And this one, close in and let's try to take out these last two torpedo boats before they get into torpedo range. Those missiles are locked on deploy chaff. Chaff has already been deployed. Are they going for it? One is going for the chaff. This one does not look like it is, but this one certainly is. There we go. We are very lucky the chaff fooled one of them. And there we go. It took it out, surprisingly. That's weird. And then it looks like this one's going for the chaff as well. Our chaff has managed to fool two anti-ship missiles. I will certainly take that. Is it going to fly through? It's flying through and turning. Oh, please. I'd love a little friendly fire incident here. Looks like one of the Shaddocks is going for one of these little torpedo boats. It's turning around. I wonder if it fired off its torpedoes. Sea Whiz is going off. They're trying to shoot it down. And they are firing off their torpedoes. I saw them just splash in the water. Impact. Bad day to be on that boat. All right. So this southern force is pretty much destroyed. Who was hit? Uh-oh. Up here. We're fighting it out. Get some hits on them. Oh yeah, their Sea Whiz is tearing into us, unfortunately. That 40mm cannon hopefully did something. Doesn't look like they are really turning around. What we need to do is get those gearings into the fight over here. They're on their way. Jeez.
Hit track. 7.
That was absolutely brutal. And it looks like that thing's definitely sinking. But hey, we caught one of them on fire. This coastal defense group is continuing to move up. Gearings are making 32 knots into the area. Radar these guys. SA2. Let's ID these as hostile. There's no way. If these are the same ones, I don't like what they're doing. Guideline, once they fly back over, we're going to shoot them down. Okay, a little PGM is going down. But hopefully this Romeo taking out these Cashins will turn the tide. And it looks like this little torpedo boat may be changing course. This Patia will try to intercept. So the resupply group looks like it's relatively safe at this point. And it looks like our little PGM-9, yep, officially sinking. Our little fast attack craft with the MLRS strapped on the sides, they are closing in on these torpedo boats and they are going to attempt to fire. They are well within range. Fire. I want 2 of you to fire at, actually all 3 of you fire at a different vessel. I'm hoping we can do some damage. Let's flip on surface search radar, see if that helps. Look at that. Gosh, I freaking love grads. MLRS is so cool, especially strapped onto a boat. That is just hilarious and amazing. All right, firing these off. Bunch of rockets heading their way. Now, hopefully we get a shocking impact. You know, MLRS, especially grads, are notoriously inaccurate. Accuracy is not really their strong suit, but hey, we get a hit. Oh my gosh, we hit one. Amazing. Okay, we got a couple of hits on one of them. And it doesn't look like it did a whole lot. You can see went through the deck, caused some damage. No fires. How long? Gearings. 5-inch guns. They still got a ways to go before they are capable of doing much of anything. I guess we can move in and we can fire again. That's half. Yeah, we definitely need to fire again. I can't believe we hit 2 of them. And no fires were started. Okay. We'll fire our grads once again.
Engage track 7. Engage track.
Each one engage a different boat. And hopefully we get lucky again. Grads have been launched and they're starting to splash down all around the torpedo boats. Again, inaccurate. Doesn't look like we're getting any hits. Rockets are just flying on by though. It's got to be quite the intimidating sight. Anything on the right? It doesn't look like it. That salvo was worse than the first. Okay, weapons free. You guys just close in, engage when you can engage. Hopefully delay them, take them out. How's the Romeo doing? She is getting nice and close to these Cashins. Wakecombing torpedoes are in range. I want her to get closer though. I want to be as close as possible. I do not want them to escape. What I've actually decided to do is our little coastal boats are going to withdraw. Uh-oh. Well, maybe too late for that. Styx anti-ship missiles have been fired towards that group. Lucky they were fired at them. They were fired from, I guess, a group down here. Well, we're lucky they were fired at this group and not our gearings. At least they will survive for the time being. 40mm Bofors are trying to engage. Come on, we'll have to be really lucky. Oh. Oh, 2 into 1, 3. 3 hit that one single target. Talk about overkill. They're going to regret not utilizing those against the gearings, I believe. This Patia is moving around here. It looks like that one little torpedo boat has decided it's not worth it, and has turned around and heading back home. Anti-ship missile spotted coming in towards the gearings. Hopefully this little PGM-39 absorbs it. Air search on, surface search on for both of our gearings. They clearly have found us. All right, come on. Oh, it is going for the little PGM-39, it looks like. Unfortunately for it. Oh, it was hit out there. Not good. Well, the gearings are still alive. Bandits. Radar echo out there. Radar. Aha, we've identified this. It's a Tu-16. Well, not a whole lot we can do against that until it comes back up to the north. This one's got to be a Tu-16 as well. These Tupolevs have just been circling the entire battlefield. I guess we ID'd it visually. All right, fascinating and very good to know. Romeo is continuing to close in. This is going to be the next major action here. This all-ahead flank. These gearings have got to get close. Once again, more absolute waste of anti-ship missiles firing at these fast attack craft, but 2 more are heading in towards this group. At least the gearings aren't absorbing them. The gearings should be able to pick off a lot of this stuff. Okay, here we go. 40mm cannons engaging. Oof. Impact. All right, 2 more destroyed. We have just 1 left. You know what, buddy? Turn in 40mm cannons. Let them have it. You're going to go out. You're going to go out fighting. You are going to do just that. More surface contacts. These guys are concerning. And then something down here is launching all of these Styx anti-ship missiles. A Styx anti-ship missile is heading for the Gearing class destroyers. Chaff is being deployed and the 5-inchers are opening fire. Just a single anti-ship missile. Come on. 5-inch guns are not doing very well. And it didn't go for the chaff. Oh. Ugh. And that was a direct hit amidships. As 1 Gearing class destroyer sinking. We are down to 1, unfortunately. Is there another? There sure is. Okay, hit the same target. There are a lot of OSAs, a lot of missiles out here. And other lovely news, a pair of Shaddocks have been launched. They're heading up this way towards the Patia. Possibly other contacts out here. I mean, they're on track to hit the Patia, but also on track to hit the resupply group. Depends on what they go for first. This little coastal defense fleet heading that way. This gearing. Turn back up. You got to start taking this stuff out. Ah, man, that's a shame. We've lost 1 of our gearings. Pretty much all we got. That's actually an effective combat platform. Everything else is mediocre at best. This Romeo is in position to fire, though. We will fire here soon. What did we hit? Okay, we're hitting with the 40mm cannon. There we go, and they are opening fire with the Sea Whiz. It looks like the range is just exactly the same on all these. Take them out. Hit them with that 40mm cannon. There we go, firing. Fantastic. There we go, more hits on target. We're ripping into them with that Bofors. This ship is going to sink. Not surprising. Let's see. It looks like these are flying. They have a good chance of going for the Patia. Maybe? Oh no, they're flying over her. They are absolutely going for this formation here. The target priority by the AI is pretty good, I must say. They're doing a pretty good job. Up here, it was iffy. It was definitely iffy. Gearing, move up, cut them off. Make sure you're going at flank speed. Shaddix are heading towards the Patia 2, and it is starting to open fire. Who was just hit? That's got to be this little, yeah, PGM 39 up to the north. Okay, the gearing will take care of business up to the north. This isn't looking good for this Patia 2, though. 76 millimeter guns are opening fire. Let's check on this. Who's being hit? Oh no! Something's getting hit by torpedoes. Partisan class. Oh no. That's not good. This is the evacuation group up here. Okay, well, let's look at our Patia friend and hit. Target destroyed. The second missile is hopefully going to go for that as well. We are just getting our teeth absolutely kicked in. Impact. Yeah, not surprising that you are sinking. The evacuation group. The lead one was hit. The lead ship was hit. The rest of them break up. Head away, run away, run away. Well, folks, that is going to do it for part 1 of this video. Stay tuned for part 2, where things are certainly going to get even more interesting. Will we be able to bloody the Soviets at all? Who knows? Anyway, folks, thank you all for watching. This is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I will see you all on the next one.